Hello everybody, buon pomeriggio. I can't say buongiorno. It's a little in the afternoon now, but I did promise I was going to come on today. I did something else today, so it's kind of ironic because I'm teaching you guys how to make an alcohol drink, but I was actually asked to do a cooking segment for a non-alcoholic New Year's party, a Zoom party, and I'm one of the events, so it's kind of exciting. So I'm preparing to do that, and so one of the things I do want to say before I really get started here today is don't forget that even though last week we made limoncello, today we're going to make a liquore al caffe, coffee liqueur. Italians really drink the right way in that it's always in moderation. It's a little bit here, a little bit there, a little before dinner drink, but then you eat, and a little after dinner drink to help you digest. Glass of wine with dinner, it seems like a lot, but the reality of it is it's not. And if you're always responsible, and sometimes that before dinner drink doesn't have to be alcohol, it can be un bitter. So these little bitters are non-alcoholic. They come in bright red. I just happen to have the clear ones right now. By San Pellegrino, or there's other ones as well. These are great also as a before dinner drink, and they're not alcoholic. A great gift if you need to get somebody something unique and different. You have it over ice with a little slice of lemon. Yum. Anyway, so I am making this coffee liqueur. One of the cool things about this coffee liqueur, though, is that you can, if you want, just make this coffee syrup. You can flavor it however you like. You can add some cocoa to it, or you could add some vanilla flavoring to it or something like that, and you can add it to your coffee. It can be like a coffee syrup, and you can mix it with a club soda and have a drink, or you can mix it with milk and have like a almost like a what do you call it, like a White Russian of some sort, non-alcoholic. So there's a lot of different things you can do with the tools that you learn in all these different things that we make. So anyway, so to start with this, you need some good coffee. And the best coffee is always from the mocha. That's what these pots are called. So this is a big pot of espresso coffee. I actually made 2 quick espressos in my machine because I wanted the exact right amount. You need 450 grams milliliters. It's the same measurement weight-wise. So I'm just going to show you in here how much that is. So that 450 grams comes out to 2 cups. So this is a small amount. Obviously you can double, triple, quadruple it if you're making a lot of gifts. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour this coffee into this pot, a spoon. And then we have also 450 grams of sugar. Now, you can lessen the sugar, but the sugar is what kind of preserves it with the alcohol. This stuff, once it's made, you want it to, actually I'm going to get this started. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole recipe right now. And we're going to turn this on, because what we want to do is we want to melt this sugar. So I'm going to stir it up here and there while I tell you all about this. Let this heat up. Oops, there's a drop there. Never waste espresso. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so as I was saying, you can make this, and once it's made, so this is perfect right now. Ideally, I mean, you can drink this as soon as it's done, but ideally you want to give it a good 2 weeks to let it mellow and the flavor just kind of all comes together. But it's been tasted and tested, and it's good even sooner. So Christmas is a little less than 2 weeks away, but I think you can probably have it for Christmas, definitely for New Year's. It's good stuff. So anyway, in the meantime, we are going to actually get prepared. So the next step, this is how it works. You completely melt your sugar in the coffee. Now I used turbinado sugar. You can use white sugar. You can use natural organic sugar. This is my organic turbinado sugar. It's a dark sugar, dark cane sugar. It has a little bit more of a, I don't know what the, like a caramely kind of, I like it. It's nice, good flavor. So anyway, you can use whatever sugar you want, but I do recommend using a darker sugar. You can also, if you want to change this up, now we are going to use just plain old pure alcohol, grain alcohol, because I like the pure flavor of the coffee, and sometimes I just want this plain so I can mix it with other things. But you can mix this with a spiced rum. You could mix it with even like a nice smooth whiskey. Whatever liquor you want to use, you can use, and dark ones go really good with this, especially like a nice dark rum. There's one called Diplomatico that is from Venezuela, and there's another one called Cacique that's also Venezuelan. Of course, I'm well versed in the Venezuelan rums because my cousins live there. Anyway, that would be a nice flavor in here. But again, a little different. I want this to be pure. Today I'm giving you the base recipe, but you can mix it up a little. Also, you can do things like add some vanilla. You can also put a vanilla bean in for these 2 weeks and let that soak. I don't have any right now. They're on order, but they're coming. But good pure vanilla is also good. You could add any flavors that you like in your coffee. A hazelnut syrup. Gosh, I don't know what else. Because I like mine. Almond. Almond would probably be really good. So maybe even like a drop of, in with this, a drop of amaretto. Give it a little almond flavor. All right. I don't want this to come to a rolling boil or anything. I just want it to get to the point where it's just starting to really get hot. As long as there's sugar in the bottom. Oh, there's still a little left. We're going to stir. Embrace the stir. Okay. I'm going to turn the heat off. There might be 1 or 2 granules left, but I'm just going to stir this for another minute. You want this to completely cool down before you mix the alcohol in. Otherwise, all the alcohol cooks out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in my cooler jar here. You could also put it like in a pan if you really want to do it, faster or something. Oops, nope, I still see sugar in the bottom as soon as I rolled it down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna pour this in here. Look at that, no grains of sugar. Beautiful. So, next step. So here I've got basically a coffee simple syrup. Yummy. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Got this giant spoon here. You know what that tastes like? Tastes like a good sweet espresso, because that's exactly what it is. I am going to put just 1 little drop of vanilla in there, just because it's going to be nice. When you mix this later, I'm just putting half of a capful in. Just to give it a, vanilla tends to, even though it's a beautiful flavor by itself, for me, it always tends to enhance. Like I put vanilla in my lemon cookies, and yet the lemon is what stands out. For some reason, it's so good at, oops, I drank off that spoon. Let's use this one. It seems to enhance other flavors. Okay, so this is what happens next. This cools off. We measure out 250 grams of the alcohol. This has to be completely cool. You mix them together, stir them up, make sure they're good and stirred. Then you're going to take your cool bottles. This is what we do. So we mix it. Let's just pretend this is mixed with the alcohol as well. Make sure it's all shaken up nice. I usually do it in my giant, mine's full right now with limoncello, my giant mason jars. Anyway, mix it all up. Alcohol and your coffee syrup, and let it sit for 2 weeks. That's it. Put it in your little, once it's mixed up, you can put it in your little bottles. Make sure your bottles are clean from the ins, and make sure they're nice and clean and, sterilized. You don't have to boil them or anything, but just make sure they're nice and clean, that they're completely dry, so you don't have any water in there. And then just bottle. Look at these cute little bottles. I've got some cute little labels I'm going to put on here. Liquore al Caffe. And then with some cookies, huh? Isn't that a nice little gift? So anyway, one more gift from the kitchen, coffee liqueur. Now there are some where you can soak the coffee grinds in the alcohol. You can soak the coffee beans in the alcohol. There's many ways to do this, but right now we're getting close to Christmas and I wanted to give you the quickest one because, and even that one's not that long. Honestly, you let the grind soak for like, when you do like almost like a cold brew, you put it in, you put the coffee in your water and you soak it overnight, you know, that kind of stuff. But anyway, the point is here, I made kind of an extra strong packed, and I put a little less water when I made my big pot of espresso to make it a little stronger. I would not use this with regular coffee. I wouldn't use it with a light, you know, you want a nice, strong, pungent coffee flavored coffee. So even when I make the espresso, I make it short, which means I don't let as much water go through it as possible. I want it to be as strong flavored as possible. So that's what you get. You can mix this again with your alcohol and you're good to go. And that's it. That's it. Once it's all done, mix it with a little milk or cream or just plain, or put it in your coffee. A very nice gift from the kitchen to enjoy after dinner with your cafe as you're sitting around the table together with your familia or your friends, or your cugini, your cousins, or your amici, or whoever. Invite everybody in. Have some liquore al Caffe next to your limoncello. You're set. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short today because it's Christmas season and I've got some things to do. Like the tree just got put up, but it doesn't have anything on it yet. So we actually bought a live tree this year because since we have that acre in the back that's kind of empty, we wanted to start filling it up a little. So we thought it would be good double duty to just pay a little extra to get the roots on the tree, and then from there we're gonna have it inside here, make sure it stays nice and watered, and then we're gonna plant it out in the backyard in a couple of weeks. So I'm kind of excited about that. It'll be our first, you know, real thing out in the yard that's ours, our first Christmas tree in this house. So anyway, have a great day, everybody, and I won't see you tomorrow, but I will see you on the next day, whatever day that is. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you next time with something else. I've got a couple more gifts from the kitchen to share with you before the holidays. Ciao.